Gate 14 podcast, the Toronto Blue Jays split in the House of Terror, the House of Horrors, Tropicana Field. What a goddamn weekend it was. JR, how you doing, man? I know you guys had a little fucking close the yearbook adult safe league hockey game tonight. How did that go?
We won. Fucking great opening day.
We don't play ASHL though. Come on, man.
What do you play?
We play True North. Brampton.
Wow.
15. No joke.
45 minutes worth of fucking periods?
Yeah.
You guys are fucked.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. It is just a sweat and a half out there.
How's the cardio? How's the cardio doing?
Not
JR?
good. Not
Really?
to be honest.
How long are your shifts?
Like maybe 45 seconds.
No,
keep 'em there.
longer than that.
I mean, today it was like, okay, let's get the legs back in. Let's maybe give like 70% effort.
Is there like some people puking on the bench though, like after the first game, if they haven't been like working out or doing any
Last year
cardio?
we had that.
Last year we had a guy, yeah, that was always like that.
I think I'd be that guy. I mean, I do cardio twice a week, but I think I would be that guy still. It's just something about
hockey's so
ice.
different.
Yeah.
Hockey's so different. You could be like, it's just so different on the legs.
Yeah.
We played Jeremy's boss's boyfriend today.
We did.
What?
We had a little chat on the ice.
Is there some is there some teams that are like really, really big hardos where it's like close to fisticuffs on the ice?
There's fights.
Dude. Yeah, we probably got in like 3 to 5 fights last year.
No way.
Yeah,
How
dude,
awkward is
this
that
league-
post-game?
It's like we like know the teams, all the teams that we played last year. Like you end up just knowing them, and then like there's just fights all the time in this league. It gets
Really?
pretty chippy. Yeah, like
Kirk was trying to tell you, Kirk hit someone over the head with his stick last year.
and there's footage of it.
Did that like go online and stuff? Like people like that was circulating the media and stuff?
No, they film the games. Like in general, they film
Oh
them.
my God.
They have a camera.
They film the games. For what? For what? Why
No,
do they
it's
film?
technology at the arena. It's
I'm
not
pretty sure
like
it's just-
someone's working.
I think it's also just because like if there's a huge incident that they have it on footage.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because you don't want like a he said, she said type of situation. But how did that? So Kirk hit a guy over the head?
No, so a guy like fucked our guy up like near the end of the game. So everyone was like, what the fuck? And then Kirk, for some reason, like right when our guy got hammered, his first instinct was just to wrap his stick, like to tap him. He two-handed tapped him in the head.
And
Everyone's
like
like, Kirk.
knocked him?
No, like it was like barely, like he didn't even hit him hard, but it was like, what are you doing?
But then the
That's
other
an
team just
automatic
started freaking out.
So then everyone just started fighting.
See, if you guys need an enforcer, because like I said, I'll
And
never
someone
play in that league.
fucked
I'll go toe to toe. I'll go
Someone
toe to toe.
fucked
Kirk-
Kirk right after
Kirk-
he hit him in the.
He was scared to play the rest of the season. He was after his suspension. He didn't play again.
So he's a pussy.
Well,
all
we
right.
knew
Johnny,
that.
you would like this league. Like
No,
there's some
I'm telling you,
chippiness.
I definitely would like the league. It's just you'll never catch me playing hockey again. I'm skating. I can't remember the last time I skated. Probably 5 years ago, 6 years ago. That was probably the last time I skated.
That's fine, man.
One double A OMHA Champa was and retirement right after.
You always like to retire on top.
Yeah,
right? Doesn't
you
matter
keep,
the sport.
man, are you gonna play a sport like ever
No,
again?
my sport. I'm married to the podcast game. That's the sport that I fucking play, and I'm
Okay.
never leaving. Avery, how you doing, man? How's your how are you on the ice? You buzzing a little bit or what?
Yeah, I ripped today. Big
Mhm,
goal.
you
I tried
ripped.
to go top shelf, fanned 5-hole though. Gino.
That's all time.
You got
so
the monkey
all
off the back early.
Yeah,
love to
early.
see
It
it.
took me a while last year to score. I'm Hal Gill on the ice though.
You love to
Just
see that.
Make it happen. But I'm gonna say shout out Laurier Golden Hawks 3-1 weekend. We got over the hump. We didn't fucking split.
Yes, I mean,
Just excited for the fellas.
yeah, you love to see that, and like the people, I know the baseball players comment on some of our TikTok and stuff. You must be like an urban legend of these kids.
No,
You're
man.
just-
We just talk about you. We talk about the great Johnny Junta. That's all we talk about, man.
That's what we do. Like I said, man, we need to start. What I've noticed is, Avery, like the last time you and I went to a Jays game, like this podcast wasn't as big as it is. Like it was big, but like wasn't as big as it is now. We got to go and just see the reception, like just see the people, because I guarantee you, it's like there's gonna be some.
We won't know if they're clapping for the team or clapping for us every
Yeah,
pitch.
I will say this, and I want to address this. I know I've come up with some good chirps in the TikTok comments. Today, I had the greatest chirp of all time. So some guy said to me, back and forth, always like bandwagoner. I said, I'll tell you what's not back and forth, your fucking hairline. And then he said, oh, is someone mad? And I said, and I forgot what he said. He said something like that. And then I responded and said, I'll tell you what. I was like, you shouldn't be talking with a hairline that's almost touching the back of your neck. And he deleted his existence from our TikTok. Just one of the biggest, and he was done. It was donezo. It was unbelievable. So you want to talk about just absolutely putting a guy in your back pocket. The
thing I'll never understand is when the team plays bad and we get angry, why is that not allowed?
No, I don't, Avery. It's like, and you know what's crazy is a lot of people do agree with us. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, like I agree with John. Like if you're mad when they're playing bad, you're supposed to be mad. What do you want us to do? Suck their dicks? I just don't understand the people, like you said, that are just like, here he goes again. Weren't you just roasting them 2 days ago? Yeah, dude, I was roasting them 2 days ago. They blew another lead and they and their bullpen gave up 1 million runs. Like, what the fuck do these people expect me to do? Like just always be happy. Like, it's impossible to, like, I obviously don't look into it as much as I used to, but it's like, you're always going to have haters no matter what. And
it means
like,
you're doing something right.
And those people are so fucking dumb. Like, they're like, oh, here he goes. Like, you must be hurt from jumping from the bandwagon. It's like, they were playing like shit. Now they're playing good. I'm mad. I'm happy. At least I'm watching every single fucking game. On an NFL Sunday, I was watching the games too. Like, obviously, I mean, of course I was, but it's incredible. And speaking about the game today, this team just makes zero sense. They dog walk Shane McClanahan, and then they can't win a game that Ryan Yarbrough pitches on fucking Friday. Avery, what the fuck? I don't get, like, Shane McClanahan is a Cy Young contender, and maybe he lost it like today or yesterday, but how the fuck does this team just dog walk this guy, and then they can't beat like the fourth, fifth pitchers on the Tampa Bay Rays? I don't get it.
Yeah, we struggle with Jeffrey Springs, and then the pitcher who's the exact same but 10 times better we can mash off of. You're right, it doesn't make very much sense. But hey, if we're gonna be good against teams' top guys, I'm fine with that because that's what you see in the playoffs, right?
And addressing the top guy thing, JR said a comment two podcasts ago that a couple listeners DM'd me about that was just the most wild comment of all time. He said that you face the best starting pitchers in the playoffs, which is just factually just incorrect.
Why was that incorrect?
Because you're facing the 1, 2, 3. Not every team has the greatest 1, 2, 3.
Sure, like, but you're not facing their.
I know, but I know, but every team has a good 1, 2, 3. It's like you face these guys.
Well, there's a difference between what?
I forgot the comment. I forgot the comment.
I said that you see better pitching in playoffs, which is
not true. Again, you don't. You see the same bullpen guys.
No, you
in
do
close
not.
games.
Starters
in the season,
go in the pen because their best pitchers will throw. They'll play to win.
But the starters, if they're not making the starting rotation, they're clearly not their best pitchers. So, like, a fourth and fifth pitcher on a team, like, for example, like Jose Barrios in the bullpen, that's not a best pitcher out of the bullpen scenario. That, like, what I'm trying to say is,
but you would never see the same pitcher, though. That's why you see better pitching in playoffs.
I guess no. I guess from that angle, you do make sense because you only see, like, you don't see a 4-5 starter. That's true. That is true.
You would never see a 4-5 starter. Also,
you're
just playing against teams they're just gonna have. It's the best pitching there is.
That's a good point.
Good fucking rotation. They would be in playoffs. Let's just be honest.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You're right. That's a good point. I just find it crazy. Like, and I'm looking at this Mariners rotation. Who do you think is like the 1, 2, 3, Avery? Like, obviously it's Robbie Ray, Logan Gilbert. Who's like the 3?
Luis Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, Luis Castillo. He got tittied today, by the way.
Yeah, but then, well, look at the deal they just gave him too. I mean, they're going to be pitching that guy as one of their first 3, and then Kirby and Logan Gilbert. You have an abundance of good arms, and I think they could say, hey, George Kirby or Logan Gilbert, we're going to put you in the pen to kind of limit innings, but have you throw, like, Logan Gilbert throws 100. He could be a good pen guy for the run.
I just don't think Logan Gilbert would be a pen guy. I think you're correct though in saying, yeah, I think the wild thing with George Kirby is he's still young. Like, I think he's a rookie, right? So
yeah, well,
that's like a guy.
Gilbert can't be much older than George.
I think
Kirby.
Yeah, that's true. Dude, it just seeing that Mariners collapse today. Obviously, you guys were playing hockey, so you kind of saw like the tail end of it, I guess, or you were in the room when you saw it. But to give up 11 runs in the 5th, man, that is. If the Jays did that, I think I would be severely depressed. The Jays haven't done that, I don't think. 11 runs by the bullpen.
George Kirby and Logan Gilbert are older than Alek Manoah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. It goes to show you, man. And I guess we can talk about Manoah, dude. Like that performance yesterday.
Never mind. Alek Manoah's in the middle of them. Close though.
Okay. All right. 50%.
By a month.
But that performance yesterday, Ave. Manoah. I mean.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome, dude. Youngest pitcher in Jays history to 300 strikeouts, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you think he has the trajectory to be the same, if not better than Roy Halladay?
I don't really know Doc's like young stats or how he's went, but his pitchability, his stuff, I can't see why he can't be the best pitcher the Blue Jays have ever had.
He's JR, you were obviously dialed in. I know Chris Roach was dialed in yesterday. JR, it's like when I watch Alek Manoah, and this is why. So people listening, we bought tickets to game 2 and game 3 of the wild card series. Part of me is like, I kind of want him to go game 162, which we're going to talk about later, because I want to see him pitch in the playoffs at the Rogers Center if the Jays end up getting home field. Because, dude, what he did to the Rays yesterday, especially like you could say yesterday's game was kind of a must win. It goes to show you this guy is reliable. Like this guy, you want to win. He is the guy that has the guys in the field that feel most comfortable being on the mound. He's insane. JR, I mean, obviously you watched that game, JR said. He's a clear-cut number 1 on this team, and it's not even remotely close, right? Like no one anywhere even in the same vicinity as him.
Yeah, no, for sure. His pitch count was like getting high. And we were talking, we're like, he's not going to want to get out of this game. And he probably told them, like, I'm not leaving this game, because he was at like 98, I think, after the 6, and they still put him back out there. But no, man, he's been so good. It's been crazy. Like, I think they showed like his September stats, and they're just like absurd. But yeah, we could talk about those comments made. I don't know. We were debating it that night. We were talking about those comments and what we thought about it.
About going balls to the wall game 162.
Yeah, if it means that we'd get home advantage. But like,
I think it's the dumbest argument ever made.
It's so weird.
You think so? Wait. Why do you think it's dumb, Abe? Why do you think
Okay, so say Alek Manoah pitches his best game, we lose, we don't get home field advantage,
True.
and we don't have Alek
Yeah, you're
Manoah.
right.
But he would be available out of the pen game 2 and start game 3.
I don't want Manoah out of the
that'd be short rest because he'd
bullpen.
play Wednesday and then
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I don't know if I want
rest,
Manoah out of the bullpen though, bro.
No, but I mean, if we were do or die and we were down, like we had to win the game, he would have to be put in the pen.
No,
Yeah,
Avery,
yeah.
Avery,
You know
I
what I
agree
mean?
with you. I agree.
no,
with you.
Jeremy's also right. Like he would pitch. There's no way he wouldn't pitch.
No, for sure. No, but I do agree with you though, Avery. Like I do think game 162, Jays need to win to get home field advantage. I don't want Manoah pitching. Like you're already in the playoffs. I know home field matters, but come on, let's be realistic here. How much does it really matter in play? Like, does it really
did
matter?
Someone do the
not
math?
7 games.
Did someone do the math? Like, does it line up like that? Is that why? Like, were we just talking?
No,
like,
I don't know why they
situation?
brought that up.
Because we
I
could
don't know
probably
why they
just
brought
look
that up.
at if it actually lines up, because it really depends on like if it lines up.
It does.
I think it does line up. I think it does line up. That's the way they were saying. So here's another scenario for you.
But
so
like,
let's
fuck,
say
who the fuck do you pitch?
That's
if it lines up to be Manoah, you probably aren't throwing. You're not throwing any of the other starters on short rest. So you're gonna call up one of our fucking shit ass fifth starters.
That's a good point, JR. That's another
advantage.
good point. So let's say this, okay?
We're not totally informed.
Yeah,
on
it
this,
is.
we'll
No,
say.
I have it dialed in here. So Alek Manoah, if he pitches game 162 in Baltimore, if there's playoff implications, home field implications, which I hope there isn't, because if the Jays keep playing like this, I don't think there is going to be playoff implications. And with the Mariners crumbling, I don't know what the fuck the Mariners are doing, but we'll go into that later. The Jays would play Wednesday, October 5th, and then they would play at home October 7th, 8th, 9th. So I think what they're trying to say here is Alek Manoah goes game 162, right? The Wednesday. He goes on 4 days rest if there's a game 3 necessary, and you have him going game 3. I think that also makes sense.
Yeah.
But think if we lose 2 games in a row and he
but
doesn't
I'm
even get a chance
comfortable
to...
though with Gossman game 1. It's not like you're throwing a shit bum out there.
It's
You're
not
throwing
like you're
Gossman and then Stripling. Like
Sure, but you have but there is a chance Alek Manoah doesn't get to pitch in the playoffs if this is done incorrectly.
Yeah.
It's a crazy
You
scenario.
You cannot make this team play 162 games for your best pitcher and the guy. John Schneider can not look the guys in the eyes in the locker room and say, I put my best foot forward by not allowing Alek Manoah to pitch in the wild card series. You can't say that.
So what do you do then? Do you like in the next upcoming week start flip-flopping Gausman and Manoah? So if Gausman has to go game 162, he goes, and then you have Manoah go game 1 in the playoffs? Because I know we're talking about this, like home field advantage in a 3-game series realistically means fuck all. Because in a 7-game series, I do understand it's like 2-2, and then you have the game 7, like the clinching game there. I know you technically
wouldn't you think this is
I think this is the
series?
most important.
Yeah, this has to be the most important
games
series
at home, back to back to back.
So you're saying, so just for the argument's sake, you're saying if it's game 162 playoff implications, like home field advantage implications, you aren't second guessing starting Manoah and then risking not starting a game in the wild card series?
Yeah. If he says if he can throw game 3, then do you not trust Stripling?
And then here's another thing. So let's say the Jays sweep the first 2.
Then you're laughing. You have
so let's say that's a good point, JR. So let's say the Jays sweep the first 2, right? Then you have Alek Manoah going game 1 of the fucking ALDS against their game 1 starter. Because what the thing that sucks about the wild card series here is if you start your game 1 guy, there's a slim chance he'll be able to start game 1 against the ALDS team, right? If he goes Tuesday, or maybe he will. But that's what sucks about that game 3, though, because if it's game 3, then it'll probably be like Barrios going game 1 of the ALDS.
Yeah, but you just got to live with that. It was going to be that either way. But
I agree.
It's a team that has, the Jays are a team with the core players have 0 playoff experience. When they were in the playoffs, there was no fans. Like, this is like a new breed for these guys. And I bet you Snyder's like, we can't go to fucking Cleveland or Tampa or like it's going to be, these guys are going to be fucking nervous playing in Toronto. Like it's going to be a fucking zoo at that place. It's a huge advantage, but we saw what happened opening day. Like when we were there, they were a little nervous in the first inning. Like these guys have no playoff experience. That's where they're going to have to lean on
that's a good
veterans.
point.
I cannot believe Barrios was our opening day starter.
Yeah, that is fucking wild. Over Gausman and Manoah. That's fucking wild. But final verdict, all right? So game 162, Alek Manoah has a chance to start for home field advantage. Are you okay with him starting, or do you rest him for game 1 of the wild card series and risk not having home field advantage? I'll start off with you, Avery. You can give your points on why you think it, and then we'll kick it to JR.
I'm not throwing him at all. Game 162. I'd have him start game 1 of the wild card, because if we win that, it lines up for him to go like game 2 of the division series and then game 6 of the division series. So you get 2 starts out of him again. And we might only get 1 start out of him in a bullpen appearance. If you get, division series is only 5 games. That was dumb as fuck. But maybe you could get game 1 or in game 5 from him in the division series.
What about you, Jared? What's your verdict?
I really wouldn't want to like completely fuck up like our rotation to make this not for Manoah to pitch, but I think if it lines up, you throw him.
It only had sorry, Jerry. I'll wait till you're done.
No, I just said I think you throw him. Like I think it's a huge advantage getting home. Like you get all 3 games, and if you don't think that if we can't win 1 game at home with our 2 and 3, then we don't.
That's a
good
point.
The series.
That's another good point, man. That's another good point. We don't deserve
to win the fucking series.
That's another good
anyways.
Point. Because that's a good point. Because then if he goes game 162, he could either go game 3, like I stated, or game 1 of the ALDS if the Jays win that series. So I think game 162, Alek Manoah starting makes the most sense. I think that makes the most sense. If there's home field implications, and like I said, I don't think there will. Yeah. I hope there. And
Snyder probably sees it as he has 2 like Stripling and Gausman have been pitching for a long time. You don't think Manoah's going to be a little fucking antsy going into his first playoff game? But then again, he's got to throw game 3. That's a lot of pressure. But he is our best guy.
But I'd rather him throw game 3 than Ross Stripling.
You trust you can win 1 game at home. If you can't, then that's just bad by us.
I trust him starting over Ross Stripling. Obviously. I mean, that was a dumb statement, but obviously Ross, I think that makes the most sense. 162. If there's implications, I hope there's not, but
yeah, because like if Manoah throws game 1, okay, you win, and then you like Stripling. Yeah, Stripling would be throwing. Game
Okay,
three.
last
Those
thing,
guys
though.
have to win anyways for us to
Fuck.
move on.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, those guys, yeah.
So last thing. So let's say game 162, there is home field implications, but it's not in the Jays' hand. It matters for the other team. Playing devil's advocate. Let's say the Mariners have to lose. How do you approach that?
No, then you rest Manoah,
Okay.
right? Because it's
Yeah.
not in your hands. I think you like try and get Barrios throwing.
Yeah. I think Barrios would make the
Something.
most sense, obviously.
Mhm.
But we got to talk about Barrios. I think we recorded. Did we record that Thursday? Yeah, we did record Thursday. Sorry. So he was terrible. But man, it's this playoff rotation. Barrios has pitched himself out of it. We could say that.
Mhm.
He's pitched himself out of the playoff rotation. This is the biggest series of the year against the Rays, and he shits his fucking pants. Gossman. Okay, I guess. Gossman. Or no, Gossman didn't go, right? No, he didn't go. I don't
No,
think
he didn't.
went. I was gonna say because he's going tomorrow. So yeah, he definitely didn't go. But yeah, dude, it's like Barrios is done. It's Ross Stripling the way he pitched today in a pretty much a series like the.
But we don't let Ross Stripling go through the order 3 times.
Mhm.
That's fine though.
Playoffs, I guess. Yeah.
Playoffs, like that happens in the playoffs anyways, though. No,
Getting 5 innings in the playoffs is good.
It's
I forgot about
huge.
that.
It's
I
huge,
haven't
especially
watched
because you don't.
Jays playoff baseball in forever. I forgot.
It's huge because also you can let you just let it all eat with your bullpen. Like you're not resting guys or like not throwing guys every 2. Like you're throwing. Like if Romano wants to throw 3 days, he's throwing 3 days.
Yeah.
You're not resting him like a day in between. So
Charlie would have given our Romano a day of rest.
yeah, 100%. But man, that appearance by Ross Stripling today and Gossman and Manoah, it's like, man. And then tomorrow, Gossman has a chance to back it up too, right? Big series against the Yankees. Obviously, the division's kind of out of reach now with how well the Yankees are playing, but the Jays' magic number being at 4, they win tomorrow. Orioles lose. It's down to fucking 2, boys. Then we got then all we're really playing for is seeding. Which is awesome, by the way. Not having to be like, oh, if they lose this, they're done. They're not in the playoffs. Like, if they don't make the playoffs, this will be one of the biggest collapses in MLB history.
Just take that out of your head. We're gonna make playoffs.
It's down 4. Yeah, it's 4 games. And by the way, the Orioles today blowing it. Runners on first and third, 1 out in a tie game in the 10th, and you don't score. Yikes! That one's gonna fucking sting.
You really hate to see that.
Yeah, you really do hate to see that.
Do you think did we bought playoff tickets and we were talking about this? Did we think we cursed the team when we lost the first 2 games after we bought the playoff
I
ticket?
genuinely did. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna have to expect a refund of money.
We had to buy those. It's gonna sell out for anyone who's thinking of going Wednesday. Good
For
luck.
anyone buying them on the Wednesday, I feel so fucking bad. That website is gonna be a zoo.
I should check right now just to give an update, for the listeners get what to expect.
That website is gonna be a zoo. It really is. But man, this is crazy, dude. Like 4, and you know what's crazy is if you look at it from last year's perspective too, like the Jays, even if we did like the old wild card format, the Jays would still be in a fucking playoff spot. How awesome is that? Right, like as of right now.
Taking it used to be 1 fucking game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine we did this for a full year just for 1 playoff game.
That was literally a crime.
And you know what even makes it worse for Yankee fans was Garrett Cole pitched that game last year and got his titties fucking pumped against the fucking Red Sox in Fenway. It was all time. It was a great day for Twitter. I saw a really funny tweet the other day. It was who's gonna hit 61 home runs first, Garrett Cole or Aaron Judge? Because Garrett Cole just gives up an unhealthy amount of home runs now. Reese McGuire is his fucking dad. So it's all time. You love to see that. But man, the Jays got to be one of the hottest teams in baseball the past 2 or 3 weeks as of right now. I don't know if you can look that up. StatMuse, what's that website called? StatMuse or something?
StatMuse will give you some good nuggets.
Boys, I think they pulled the playoff tickets.
Yeah, no, it was only for like a couple hours, that pre-sale.
Holy fuck, we got lucky.
Yeah. Best record 3 last 3 weeks. Like I want to search this because Toronto Blue Jays are 5th or 4th. Sorry. No, 5th. Toronto Blue Jays are 14-8 in the last 3 weeks. The Cleveland Guardians 18-4. Oh my God, dude.
Maybe you want to avoid Cleveland.
The Mariners are 8-11. Yikes, dude. What are the Orioles? Orioles are 8-12. Yeah, those two teams are really fumbling the bag, man. They really are.
Who can be worse at the end of the season right now?
Yeah.
The O's are 4 games back, right? Of the Mariners.
Yeah. And I think they're 6 games back of the Jays, right? Yeah, they are. Yeah, dude, the Jays are 21-13 in their last 5 weeks. Like, they're playing good baseball down the stretch. But I know we were just talking about Manoah, and you want to talk about a guy that when the moment gets too big, he just excels. Manoah's last 7 starts, right? You could say this is like during crunch time when the Jays have to start winning games to like for the wild card for the division, all that type of stuff. In Manoah's last 7 games, 48 innings, 29 hits, 6 earned runs, 45 punchies, a 1.13 ERA, and a .90 whip in his last 7 games. This guy has just been unfucking believable in the last 7 games. And I mean, the last 15 games, 2.53 ERA, and last 30, 2.31. So he's going to get Cy Young votes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's not a crazy
should. Fuck, who's going to even...
Verlander, I think.
Yeah, Verlander's been really good. I'm trying to think who else.
Well, if Ben Verlander's voting, his brother. I love that Ben Verlander had a funny tweet a couple weeks ago. It was like, not to be biased, but Justin Verlander should be getting some MVP votes. Oh, well, at least you weren't biased. At least you weren't biased with that take.
I'm glad he could put his bias aside to deliver something so righteous as a take like that.
Oh,
did you guys watch? Did you guys watch any of the Gibby pod?
No,
I saw a clip. Like,
well, now we're enemies.
Well, yeah, he's an enemy of mine. Congrats.
As if he got fucking Donaldson on.
That guy's a.
Why do you say as if he fucking played under him?
I know, but it's just such a Gibby move.
Yeah,
that is a Gibby move.
I still can't believe it's him tweeting from that account.
I know. I can't either.
It is
he's just fucked up, dude. I love Gibby, but he's an enemy now, so he's fucking dead. Has Gibby come a? Hey, I'm not one to point fingers, but Gibby did pitch Roberto Osuna. Right?
Stop.
No. I'm not one to say. That's all I'm going to say. But
I can't wait till he tweets out the video of Roberto Osuna in Japan and be like, they could really use this guy.
And speaking about Gibby, though, or speaking about takes, we got to talk about Arash Madani's tweet.
Oh my god!
The tweet that, by the way, couldn't have aged poorly after Kirk Cousins stormed down the field with like a minute left today and won the game against the Lions. Alek Manoah, the tweet from Arash Madani. Alek Manoah is everything Kirk Cousins think or isn't. I responded like, "What the fuck does this even mean?"
He was at the field too.
Like, it was during the game. It was in the 6th inning of the game. He tweeted this.
His head like popped out. I was like, "No way he tweeted that at the fucking game."
It was a JR or Avery. You're you're starting to turn into mud boy here. What was your thoughts on the tweet, man? I mean, what was going through your head with that tweet? Because that was nothing short of just absurd, right?
So the only thing, Kirk Cousins has done 2 things that have blown my mind. Okay. First, in 2013, he said everyone makes mistakes when one of his teammates was gay. And the other one was him saying if he gets COVID, he'll die because he's not going to get the vaccine. So that's where my mind immediately went. I was like, what the why are we talking about this? And then I guess I wasn't really thinking about the whole sports side of it.
No, so, I wasn't thinking. And listen, the people explaining to us, like we had tons of DMs being like, it means something about like in prime time. By the way, the Jays game just wasn't in prime time. It was just a 7:00 game in Tampa Bay. But people explaining to us, I understood what he meant. It was just the unbelievably fucking stupid to correlate Alek Manoah to Kirk Cousins. Like,
apparently he's a Vikings fan, but it's still fucking. It's just crazy.
It's just
like,
it's unbelievable. It's just so stupid.
I responded to it too. I hadn't seen your tweet before. I was kind of off Twitter for a bit, which is a nightmare for me. FOMO when I'm not on Twitter for a bit. But I just quote tweeted and just question marks, as many question marks as I could put. Arash some people need a platform to get bigger. Arash needs his platform taken away from him. Like
Arash is a key reason why, if you have a check mark, you should go through some sort of screening to be able to tweet. Like, you should have a psychological exam and people should give you like the okay. All right, he's good. He's a normal dude. He's not going to compare Kirk Cousins to Alek Manoah on a Saturday night. He's not going to do that. Like,
I guess, yeah. Technically speaking, if we rework this tweet in our brains, he's not wrong.
it's just
But it's still
like
dumb as
why
fuck.
don't
like
you use a
it's a
baseball
completely
comparison,
different
though?
sport. Like it's just so fucked that he said that.
Like it just, and by the way, like you can't even compare it. Like one's a quarterback and one's a pitcher. Like one, like it's just crazy.
The joke with Kirk Cousins is he doesn't perform on primetime, right?
Of course, 100%. That's the joke. It's just why correlate. Like like I said, I don't get it. It was unbelievably fucking dumb. But
that's why Arash is here, though. Like if we didn't have Arash,
it was still tie game.
That guy is on the field during games. Like let's not ignore that. That guy is on the field during fucking professional baseball games and gets paid to be there, and he's like on the team jets and shit.
We off the record, we need to ask some of the guys if they like Arash.
He's I can't picture people liking him because just
people have to love Hazel May.
I love Hazel May.
She's very
Hazel
good
May
at her
forever.
job.
Hazel May forever.
Nice.
And then Arash doesn't seem so great at his job.
I just want to establish this. I would die to get Hazel May on this podcast. She's electric.
Mm-hmm.
She's electric, and she has probably seen so much shit. Like she is.
I have some questions for her.
She's mucking it up with the boys in the locker room. Like she's one of the boys.
Yeah, she really was mucking it up.
Yeah, she's electric. I fucking love Hazel May, and that T-shirt, I love Hazel May's a mood. Like
we have to figure one out and do a shirt.
Like a release draw. She would get sued by her in half
for sure.
Yeah, she would sue us.
Actually, I don't know if she'd come on. Blair and Barker's a competitor.
Yeah, forgot.
Maybe we get
She's married to the enemies, man. Do we have to hate Hazel May now?
No, I don't hate Hazel May. I can never hate Hazel May. That's a child. You know what's even crazier? Like she does MLB on Fox in the offseason, like during the playoffs. Isn't that crazy?
She was a Red Sox reporter for the longest time, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she got in, right? They scouted her.
That is wild. It is wild. Hazel May forever. But there's another thing. Speaking about commentators, there's another thing. Buck Martinez just has no idea how to say Teos Hernandez, right? Like we can all agree on that. Teos Hernandez, he skips the last half of his name and the first half of his last name and bunches it together and just says Teos Hernandez. It's a wild it's every single time I hear it, I'm like, is this dude like just slurring for slurring's sake, or does he actually think his name is Teos Hernandez? That's exactly how he says it. Am I wrong, Avery? Every time.
No, I haven't thought of it ever, but yes,
Listen
you're right. But you, it's the difference between guys who played baseball and didn't go to broadcasting school, and then guys who went to broadcasting school.
Dan Schulman's skin crawls when he hears Teos Hernandez. His skin crawls.
He says "wayo" when he hears that.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh God, I wish."
No, I'm gonna have to listen for it now. That's
Teos Hernandez. The listeners know what I'm talking about. It's just if you like, the more you watch Jays games, the more you catch on to like Pat Tabler just saying whatever. Just
Pat Tabler says nonsense.
He says
spits the most.
Pat Tabler says a whole lot of nothing. He just says a whole he could spew a whole sentence, and I'd be watching the TV not really paying attention to what he's saying, and it could just mean nothing. His sentence he can mean nothing with his sentence. Like the other day, I think what he said was he's like, man, like Berrios has to start getting ahead of these hitters. Oh, really? Really, Pat? It's crazy because the Jays have a ton of guys that just have no experience besides Dan Schulman that went to broadcasting school. It's just Dan Schulman, who's the GOAT. And then you have Teos Hernandez, Buck Martinez, and fucking Pat Tabler, who have no idea what, just the quirk. I guess they're technically good at what they're doing, but they have nothing. And then you have Dan Schulman, who's literally like the cream of the crop with it. It's a crazy mix, is what I'm trying to say.
So we talk about at some of the Laurier games all the time that you could be a college coach by just hitting on buzzwords all the time, by just saying oh, see it down, hit it out front, be on time. You could, if you just hit the buzzwords, and that's pretty much what Pat Tabler is doing for a full season. So yeah, you got to start hitting the ball in the air.
He gets off the rails. Like we're on watch. He gets off the rails every now and again, Pat Tabler. And he just says, just incredibly stupid shit that just makes zero sense and has no. It's wild.
I think it's very, very weird when we saw Buck Martinez on different broadcasts for playoffs.
Yes, he does do that though, right? I think
he does. He gets some of the big games.
Yeah, I don't know if anymore, but probably a couple years ago.
I think he did. I think he did last year or 2 years ago. I'm thinking.
I'm not sure. I know he does though. I think it's TBS.
And it's always weird to hear him on a different broadcast. I don't think he's an awesome broadcaster.
No,
but I can't wait till those fucking MLB guys come into town.
Well, no, Dan could call
How does that work, by the way? How does that work, Avery? Do you know how that works? Like a Sportsnet gets
I think they're
they won't get it.
Yeah, they won't.
100% they won't. We're gonna get shafted, by the way, with our times we play. They are going to put us in 1 o'clock.
I don't think so, because if I remember correctly, like a lot of the games they did play, like the Joey Bats bat flick, I know it's the ALDS and stuff like that, but that wild card game against the Orioles at like a prime time, like 7 o'clock.
Well, that's because they had.
But there's only 2 games, so
yeah,
or 4 games. No, 2.
So can you see the Jays
two
getting
games.
like? Can you see the Jays getting like a game, like a playoff?
We're gonna play
at
1 p.m. every single wild card
whatever time they play at, they're
which
gonna
is
play
crazy.
every single day.
Which is fucking crazy, dude.
Well, it depends on if they want a game that early. I don't know what they're planning.
Yeah, we'll see. I know there's a lot of
they're gonna play
games.
3 games a day at least.
Yeah.
Or they all play like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
No, not the ALDS though.
No, I thought they did.
No.
ALDS doesn't start till Tuesday.
Oh,
ALDS
okay, yeah. I mean, wild card though. There's 4 series going on. They all play on the same
Oh,
day.
true. Yeah, you're right. No,
there's
there will
4
be 4
games
games
that they have to
there
fit
will
in.
be 4 games a day. Yeah, you're right.
So it'll be like 1, 4, 7, and 10.
Friday at 1. Holy smokes.
Yeah, that like Toronto
missed me with the office bullshit with that.
Yeah. Toronto is going to be a zoo at 1.
Oh,
could you imagine?
There's going to be we're gonna need the Jays to like do one of those letter things.
I'm pretty sure the roof has to be closed too, no matter how nice it is.
What? Is that a thing?
That can't be true.
October, I'm pretty sure they have to close the roof.
That's I don't know if that's true.
We're gonna have to search that.
You might be right on that, because all the.
So you're telling me the roof was closed for their entire playoff run?
Yeah.
You might be right. Now
I think it has to be a certain temperature for us to open it in the spring as well.
I am visualizing it, and you're 100% correct. I think you're true.
Maybe it was
I think that's true. I think Avery hit the nail on the head there. You are right.
That makes no fucking sense.
I know it's stupid. But...
No, it is very dumb. But yeah. But going back into the games and stuff like that, we got to talk about Whit Merrifield has to start over Kevin Biggio, right?
I mean, what? But Kevin Biggio wasn't in our starting lineup.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, like in the playoffs, I'm more if Espinal is hurt in long term. Actually,
playoff Whit,
right? Like playoff Whit, that he literally won the game by himself on Saturday.
That was fucking
like
awesome.
No one in the offense had a fucking pulse besides him. It was literally just him.
Yeah, there was
Zimmer effect, right?
Oh
yeah, Fran right before
that at bat was so all time. Whiffs on a fucking 0-0 break or 1-1 breaking ball, not even in the same his bat was just never in the same vicinity as it. And then backdoor slider hits him in the foot, and then he tries to steal second and gets thrown out at second. It's the most awesome AB of all time. Man, I mean, these last 2 games, like yesterday and today, were as close to a playoff atmosphere as I've ever seen. And when you need big guys to show up, Romano yesterday dropped his balls on the table. I think he got 4 outs, right? Because Tim Meza, of course, just couldn't fucking do anything.
That wasn't just.
He is terrible. Like,
did you know that his ERA is not even that bad?
I know.
Shocked when the stats came out.
His ERA isn't even like it. It's like it's a respectful ERA.
Yeah.
I don't know who the
let's
fuck.
Let's look into some advanced stats, and I'll give you guys some bad numbers.
I was like, what the?
Every time I watch this guy, he's getting dog walked. Legit. Like
maybe it's the blowout games. He always gets out.
No, you guys didn't. Yeah, true. But you guys didn't see. Or wait, let me go to that Friday game. That Friday game, he was terrible. Like Tim Meza, 0.1 inning, 2 earned runs.
Yeah, that's
terrible. But Romano showed up, and a guy today showed up, man. Fucking George Springer, dude.
Okay,
guy,
never mind. Tim Meza has an xFIP of 288. They think he's Jesus fucking Christ.
maybe he is good.
Maybe he is.
Shocker, we were wrong.
We do need him decent.
We're also wrong about Whit Merrifield. He's never played a playoff game, so playoff
True.
Whit doesn't.
No, we're gonna
exist.
call him Playoff Whit.
That's gonna be his new
Playoff Whit.
nickname after this year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Playoff
he's
Whit.
Playoff Whit. Playoff Whit forever. But
Mhm.
yeah, George Springer today, dude. 2 fucking nukes. 2. He's
Is there anyone more frustrating to watch than George Springer? The highs are high and the lows are pretty low. Man.
He's the Toronto Blue Jays. He's like, that's the only, like, the only way you can describe George Springer is like, he is the Toronto Blue Jays to a T. He'll look like the second coming of Christ. By the way, his middle name is Chelston. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Chelston. George Chelston Springer. Yikes.
Kind of goes crazy.
Yep. But George Springer's hitting 321 his last 7. Like, I know some of his at-bats but you can argue this. When his at-bats look bad, they look fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of like Bo when he's lost too.
Terrible.
Yeah.
But dude, take Kevin Biggio as far away from this team as possible. That's the moral of the story. I think Whit Merrifield, like, just throw Kevin Biggio there to throw. If the guys come out of the bullpen, that's a righty.
Playoff Whit, tons of experience.
Yeah, just give him some experience. Don't start this motherfucker. All right, don't start this dude ever. He stinks out loud. I'm tired of this whole fucking charade.
Is he gonna be like the roster? Can we even like? Are we gonna?
No, he'll be on the roster.
Who's gonna be out? Like it's Zimmer or Jackie Bradley Jr.?
I mean, this guy, fucking Kevin Biggio, right? November 22nd. What day is it today? 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts his last game. This guy can't hit the side of a fucking barn. He's hitting 100 in his last 7, .83 his last 15, 158 in his last 30. The Bo Bichette, the Kevin Biggio is like a god thing. I know we talked about this last episode. I genuinely have never been more frustrated with a fan base who stands for a guy like Kevin Biggio. It makes zero fucking sense.
Why do you think? Like nostalgic reasons?
I think when Major League Baseball dropped that picture of all 3 of like Vladdy, Dante, and Craig Biggio, and then like the picture of like Kevin, Bo, and Bichette, or Kevin, Bo, and Vladdy looking at watching their dads play TV, like that cartoon. All these Jays fans just have this fucking, I guess, viewpoint.
Hands down their pants. Looking at that.
It's like, oh my God, we have 3 former big leaguer sons. Like, he stinks. He fucking stinks. He is 3 for his last 36. He stinks. Like, I know Whit Merrifield's not looking better, but we've given Whit Merrifield consistent at bats, and I mean, he hasn't looked bad, right? Like that, or maybe it was. I mean, he just rakes in Tropicana though. But Whit Merrifield has been significantly better. Like Whit Merrifield in his last 7 games, which he's been playing consistent more than he did before. He's hitting 273 with 3 home runs, 6 hits, and 22 at bats, and only 6 strikeouts with a 333 OBP and a 773 slug. Like, Whit Merrifield's starting to get more of a chance than he did, I guess, before, and now he's starting to fucking rake down crunch time. Ride the hot hand. Keep starting Whit Merrifield.
I said it before too. Whit Merrifield's a guy who played 162 games. I'm pretty sure 3 years in a row. So that's a guy who's comfortable playing every day.
And let me get speaking about that. So in Whit Merrifield, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in his last 5 games, he's on he is 3, 6. Yeah. He has 6 hits in his last 5 games, and he's played every single day. So it's like, I mean, can we start giving this guy more of a chance? I know his stats with the Jays aren't that great, but man, when Whit Merrifield is buzzing at the bottom of the fucking order, especially, and how fast this motherfucker is, it makes a significant difference, especially when you have guys that are really slow, like Kirk and Jano in that lineup, right?
Do you think the vaccine's starting to leave his system?
Yes. Yep. All the anti-vaxxers out there are like, see?
So we gotta make sure that Whit doesn't get the booster.
You think that guy's gonna get the booster? Are you nuts?
Let's just make sure he's not getting it. Okay.
I think okay. I'll send him a letter. We'll send him a letter. Please don't get boosted.
We should chat about our playoff plan of action for Gate 14 that we will potentially
Dude, you know what I was thinking? And that's a good point.
We should do a meetup outside Gate 14.
No, what I'm
Should
thinking,
do
I'm thinking of that, or this is obviously just a crazy extent, but
This is gonna be wild.
this is good. I like in the future, not now, obviously. I think a fucking Gate 14 live show would be sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's
I thought
not
you
a
were going
crazy
somewhere
thing. Like
crazy.
all you need is like a speaker and just mics that connect to that speaker, and you just set up a table and just talk. I don't know how do you even do that?
That would be so funny.
We would be able to get a venue next year at some point.
No, not a venue, man. Let's not get
No,
crazy
he
with
wants
it.
to
I'm saying like
oh,
set
that
up
would
shop
be
near-
cool.
I'm saying
would be
set up
really
shop.
cool.
Yeah, a venue would be sick too. I think next year.
Well, you just go to a bar and people watch the
Yeah,
game. and
you'd go to a bar. That's what they all do. Those other pods, and then you
Session
just have a
10.
host a live pod because they have all the equipment. They have
Yeah,
some of the
I'm saying a
equipment.
live show would be sick. Like I guess a live podcast and watch.
Johnny,
like
it's
a
about to
live
be negative degrees in the next couple weeks.
That's fine. I'm still gonna wear the Thick Jesus shirts. And by the way, I will be hand delivering the Thick Jesus shirts tomorrow.
Abe, where did you find that app? Abe found.
Jr. You're you are.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get that app. I also have to deal with 5. There was 5 addresses that
I dealt
didn't
with
get
one of
jammed.
them. We dealt with one of them. He just doesn't have a street. Like whatever. That was wild.
The other
but-
4, I checked one of them and it worked. So I'm gonna look at that tonight and then send the guy an email. So the 5 people that. Sure, it's coming. Okay, sure is coming.
Yeah. So I will be.
Remember the guy
delivering
I
tomorrow.
beefed with about the Kevin Biggio thing?
Yeah.
He was the one who sent me that app.
Did he?
Yeah, DM'd it to me.
That's all time. But yeah, Jr. You coordinating me like.
Okay.
So Jr.
I need that app.
You are pretty much Santa's sleigh. I'm just Santa who hops in the sleigh and just delivers and just.
You will
listens.
have a full agenda tonight.
I don't think it's gonna be that crazy. Like
it's not going to be great.
Let's guess over under hours spent in the car.
I'm gonna say 3 hours.
Oh, I was gonna go 4.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 5 or 6.
5 or 6.
Well, think about it. You got to get home too.
I think the tackling plan of action is deal with like all the GTA first, come home,
Really?
and then the next day deal with closer to me because I still have to go pick the shirts up in Mississauga.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, but that's not far though. Like that's around there. So we'll
Okay.
deal with that.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Do
the
you want-
hoodies
Okay.
this week, every single person that ordered a Gate 14 shirt will have it in their hand. Whether you ordered it and like we shipped it or me dropping them off to you like fucking Santa Claus. It will get done. Okay.
Yeah, you guys will get those shirts
Right in fucking time for the Yankees and
What's-
Red Sox series. All right. So
what's
you're
the-
fucking welcome.
Yeah. Let's
You're-
do we have a playoff attire mandatory? We're gonna wear
Yeah,
certain
thick
shirts?
Jesus.
Thick
Thick
Jesus
Jesus
shirts. These shirts
over
are
like
just
a
all
sweater?
day.
I
No,
was-
I'm wearing it.
I was thinking about buying a Zimmer jersey.
that would be
For
you
playoffs,
should.
that'd be
That-
electric.
Dude, that would be so
Mhm.
fucking
That'd be
awesome.
fucking
A Zimmer
awesome.
jersey. How over under? How many people do you think own a Bradley Zimmer jersey?
I would probably put it at
His family?
Yeah.
11.5.
You don't think there's people out there that like drunk Jays fans that bought it? Like just
I
like,
don't think Jays.
comedy?
I think Cleveland fans, more Cleveland fans have Zimmer jersey than Jays. 100%.
I think we
Been
should.
there for a while.
I would custom the jersey to have number 7, the machine, in quotes on the back.
People would actually be like, "Who the fuck is that?" You'd be
Yeah,
like,
they
"It's
would
Zimmer,
know.
man. That's his nickname. Get with the fucking program."
The
this
machines
is how
are breaking records this year. Albert with the home runs and Bradley with his batting average.
what's crazy is his BABIP last year with the Guardians was 347.
It's not
Jeez.
like a great thing.
Really?
It means he got lucky a lot. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, last year he had
BABIP's not really a skill testing stat.
Okay.
It's more like if you have a really high BABIP, that means you're probably due for regression at some point.
True. And speaking of the machine, Albert Pujols hit 700 all time. And by the way, do you guys know the dude that caught that isn't giving it back to him?
Yeah, I know.
What would you do?
I'd give it
mean-
back to him. I'm not a virgin. I don't need a baseball.
Yeah, like I don't need the ball now. If I was
It's
smart,
no,
I'd
no, no,
probably
no,
play a
no.
little
No,
leverage,
no.
right?
It's not that. It's not, oh, I don't want a baseball. It is life-changing money. The guy has already been
Ye-
quoted between $500,000 and $1 million.
Yeah, no, I would sell it for
yeah,
sure.
I
Like
don't
I wouldn't.
blame.
like,
I
I would-
think it's ridiculous. Like the guy who Judge, like you're just fucking that. Okay, Judge is worth
That guy was the
millions of
worst
dollars, and
negotiator
you just
of
gave
all
it away
time.
for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Good work, buddy. Like that could make your life. It could be a life changer.
So and yeah, it is. It is a life changer. So it's not just a fucking
And
baseball.
people always treat the people like shit who keep the ball and like plan on selling it. It's like, okay, so we're gonna give the ball back to a guy
and
who's
lose
worth
millions
millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's like
but the guy who barely makes anything, he's a dick for keeping the ball.
The only guy you can roast for that is fucking Zach Campbell.
Yeah, Zach Campbell. He wouldn't. Oh my god,
He wasn't there. He was on vacation.
That's a nightmare for any MLB player.
Has Zach Campbell lost his fastball?
He has to. What a dipshit. You have one job. That's to catch baseballs in the outfield, and he's not there for the
If I
important
saw him in
ones.
person, I'd do one of those fake handshakes too. Right? Go in real hard and then
Gotcha, pussy. That would be all time, just JR, just right behind the head.
be like, watch this.
Yeah, he's a loser, but we're getting into scared territory here because Aaron Judge hasn't hit his home run tonight. It might happen at the Rogers Center in front of our face.
Hey, hopefully, Jays fan, don't give that fucking ball back, boys.
Yeah, don't
be your
like,
agents.
Yeah.
We'll take 10%.
Actually, yeah, if you are listening to this podcast and you catch that ball, sell it, give us 10%, and then you get to own this podcast.
Yeah,
you
own.
own
you're a
you
shareholder.
own 100% stake of the Gate 14 podcast publicly.
No.
Also, we're
can't.
selling ad spots in this podcast soon. You just have to pay for our Zoom account, and then you can say this is brought to you by.
And
that's it. If you own a company,
the difference in the shirts.
Yeah, you if you pay for us to get Zoom Premium, you just Gate 14 brought to you by blank, your company. That's it.
Brought to you by the company via Zoom.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's also speculation that if the Jays are playing in Cleveland, Gate 14 will be in 10.
No, that's not if. It will. I will be going to that.
We will be going to Cleveland.
I will sleep in my vehicle if I have to.
We would just get a fucking hotel.
No, I'm saying like worst case scenario, I would sleep. It's only 4 hours. If the Jays do play in Cleveland,
We're going.
I don't give a fuck. We're going. And then those
going.
fucking Cleveland. It's cheap as fuck to go to those games.
Yeah,
so.
dude, guys.
We'll get that figured out.
Cheap.
But let's go into the Yankee series coming up here, boys. Another big series. It's just the Jays go through a fucking gauntlet, like I said a couple of weeks ago, and you just have the Mariners just facing absolute cupcake motherfuckers. They face the disaster. They face the Royals. The Mariners. Let's look at the Mariners' last couple games. So they're 3-7 in their last 10, by the way, which is crazy. They face the Royals, Athletics, and Angels, and they're 3-7 in those last games. So you want to talk about like they could have separated them, and then they face the Rangers, Athletics, Tigers. What in the fuck? What the fuck is that?
And Robbie Ray's too fucking busy standing off the fucking other team. What the fuck was that?
I don't know what that was like. What are you, 12 years old, dude?
Yeah,
like,
Robbie, like you're
a grown ass man, you bum. Dude, Robbie Ray versus Alek Manoah at the Rogers Center Friday night, wild card.
Feed that.
He would get booed out of the fucking. He would get booed into the ground. He would be shaking. He's never seen it before. He's never seen a playoff atmosphere before. But yeah, it's like the Jays have the Yankees, Red Sox, Orioles, and the Mariners have 3 teams under 500. And this team is still not in first place in the wild card. You want to talk about fumble fucking the bag? That's what the Mariners have been doing. And you know what? The Rangers, this point of the year, could be sneaky. They might be able to take 2 or 3 out of them.
They can't pitch worth a shit, but they're a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, definitely a good lineup. And Robbie Ray's going tomorrow, or Tuesday, so we'll see how that goes. But previewing the Jays game, so tomorrow, or today, I guess, if you're listening to this podcast, Severino versus Gossman, my very good friend who might be getting me tickets to Tuesday's game. Avery, you probably say no to that. JMO against Barrios, and then Wednesday is Garrett Cole's facing his daddy again. Garrett Cole's coming to Toronto. I kind of want to go to that Garrett Cole. I will boo him out of the fucking building. I hope JMO gets a seat, and I will boo him out of the fucking building in the Yankee family section.
With Donaldson's family right beside you.
Yeah. I'm saying Jays take 2 or 3.
Jeez.
Look at the pitching matchups. Severino versus Gossman. Gossman's the better pitcher. JMO versus Barrios. JMO's obviously better. And then Garrett Cole, who can't pitch well, who has a fucking 3.49 ERA, is going up against Jays don't know yet. But I mean, that's
Is
oh my
that's
God.
Mitch White? That's
Yeah, never mind. I think Jays lose this series 2-3.
Is Pearson like alive?
No, I don't think he could pitch. I think
he's
with
done for the year.
No, I think with the 60-day DL thing, Avery, you know the rules I'm talking about, right? He can't come off the IL until a certain date, I believe.
Dude, he's been on the 60-day IL since.
Actually, no, you're right. You're right. I saw a tweet. It's just because he pitched yesterday. That's why he wouldn't be able to pitch today or tomorrow. But yeah,
wouldn't that mean he's in line to pitch potentially on Wednesday?
That would be awesome. Garrett Cole versus him. The average fastball velocity that game would be 100. Be just a great. It'd be just a flame throwing.
If we take 2 out of 3 here, yeah, like we should manhandle the Red Sox. We've been dusting them all year,
and it's at home against the Red Sox too.
Yeah, yeah. So there's 6 home games. We're donezo. Home.
That's it. The next time they play, hopefully, is in the playoffs. But I'm gonna say, fuck it. I'm keeping it. 2 out of 3. Jays, 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. I'll go with that too.
I you know what's crazy is just based off of the events that took place for this team today in this series, that they beat the best pitcher in the Rays rotation and lost to like 2 bums. I think the Jays dog walk Garrett Cole, and I think they dog walk tomorrow, and they take 2 or 3. Like Mitch White. Oh my God, I hope he doesn't pitch again.
Yeah, don't do the Mitch White thing. We don't have time for that shit.
He can't pitch though Wednesday, right? Like if you're John Schneider, you're not throwing Mitch White Wednesday, are you?
I mean, who do we have?
A big Cooch on the mound, man.
Kikuchi was kind of electric yesterday, right?
Every time he is, man.
God,
wait, that wasn't yesterday. Sorry, that was today.
That's today.
Kikuchi, yeah, Kikuchi was electric. Or technically speaking, in the future, yesterday. Yeah, 1 inning, 2 punchies, 1 walk. Okay, you say? Okay, motherfucker.
Don't let him figure it out, man. It's over for the rest of the league.
You know who needs more love, by the way, and who I just feel like the Jays just always throw in low leverage situations, which I don't understand why, is Zach Pop. Why is Zach Pop not getting high leverage? I mean, he is going after starters, which could be a massive thing, especially in the playoffs for the Jays. But, man, Zach Pop has been awesome for this team. Like, awesome for this team. Like, let me look at his stats here.
They go so when he comes in, like after stripling, like he did today. Yeah, it's like you have a guy tossing and spinning breakers in there, and then Zach Pop throwing 100-mile-an-hour sinkers. It's so
awesome.
Different.
It's fucking awesome, Abe. Like, Zach Pop has been awesome for this fucking team. Let me look at his stats here. So Zach Pop with the Blue Jays, 16 innings, 2.2 ERA, 1 home run given up. How many strikeouts? 9 strikeouts in 16 innings and a 2.2 ERA. That's gonna fucking play. And an opponent
with his stuff, him not being a
1.1.
strikeout guy is weird. It was like that in Miami too. It's odd to me.
But he's awesome. Like, he's a good guy to go like middle relief. That was a really underrated pickup for the Blue Jays. Obviously, Anthony Bass was a good one, but Zach Pop being a middle relief guy for this team with a 2.2 ERA with the Jays and a 2 ERA in his last 7 games, like, that's a good guy you need out of the bullpen. That fixes a lot of needs because then you don't have to throw Trevor Richards when you're throwing Zach Pop.
Bang. Yep.
Fuck Trevor Richards, by the way. That guy is just he's terrible. But let's end it off with this. I mean, by the way, like, a lot of people have reached out to us and stuff like that, saying that like we've helped them get through the hurricane going on the East Coast. If you're listening to this podcast and you're going through that stuff, man, just know that we are with you guys and obviously thinking of you guys and stuff like that. I know a lot of people were in the Instagram live or the TikTok live that I did have, that they were just like relying on me for the score update, which is kind of crazy because I was punching shit in my basement, just going fucking berserk. But yeah, we're thinking of you guys if you're going through that, obviously, and stay strong, and hopefully you're done with it soon. Hopefully this podcast has helped you get through it, as well as Toronto Blue Jays just absolutely skull fucking in Tropicana yesterday and today.